Today our topic is area of circles. So our essential question is, how can I find the area of a circle? Some key terms for you to copy down. Diameter is a chord through the center of the circle. So if this is the center of our circle, the diameter would go all the way across through that center. Radius is half of the diameter. So that's this piece right here. It's only halfway across, but touches the center of the circle. So that would be the radius. The circumference of a circle is the distance around the circle. So that would be how much space is around the circle. My tracing skills are not on point today. Distance around the circle, so if we wanted to build a fence around that circle, we would need the circumference, so we know how much material. The area is the number of square units a figure encloses. That really just means how much space does the circle take up. So the area would be all this space back here, all of it. How much space is that? How much stuff could I fit on that pizza? If that was a pizza, the area would be how many toppings and how much sauce I could put on that pizza. So the formula for area that I just covered up is area equals pi times r squared, where r is your radius. And for this lesson, we will continue to use 3.14 for pi. Examples: identify the radius and diameter of each circle, and then find the area of each circle. Round answers to the nearest hundredth. That just means we want two numbers after the decimal point. So, first off, our first circle, radius, is given to us because it's half of that diameter. It's the center of the circle, only halfway across the circle. So that is 6.4 miles. The diameter then would be two of the radiuses. So if this was 6.4 and that's 6.4, we'd add them together. 6.4 plus 6.4 is 12.8 miles. Now we want the area. The area of the circle equals pi times radius. Well, radius is this, 6.4 squared. Now, we can use our calculator to compute this. And I'm going to show you how here on my calculator that I will pull up onto the screen. So we want to type in pi, which, as we've said, we're going to use 3.14, our approximation for pi, times 6.4 squared. Now we can use the parentheses if we'd like. Parentheses 6.4. Close the parentheses, and then to square it, there's this button right here that's called x squared, and it takes anything to the power of 2. So if you notice what I have in my calculator matches what we wrote down. We press enter, and we get 128.6144. But we're rounding it to the hundredths. So we just want two numbers after the decimal point. So we would say 128.61. And then we do need dimensions. Dimensions are miles, and it's going to be miles squared. Because if you remember our definition of area, it's the number of square units. So that means feet squared, inches squared, miles squared. Anything to the power of 2, because we're taking our radius to the power of 2, which is squaring that dimension. So that would be the area of our circle. Our second example here, we need the radius and the diameter. Well, what's given to us is the diameter, the whole distance across. So we know our diameter is 22.6 yards. The radius would then be half of that, so we would need to do 22.6 divided by 2. Doing that gives us 11.3 yards. Now we just need to find the area of our circle. Area equals pi times r, which is the radius, 11.3 squared. Again, we can feel free to use our calculator, use our tools wisely in math class, and help us compute our area. So, again, area equals pi, so 3.14 times parentheses 11.3, close the parentheses, square it, and press enter to get our answer, 400.9466. Just taking those two numbers after the decimal point, we would do 400.94. Do not forget about your units, yards squared. They are essential because it is a measurement. We are measuring, finding the amount of space that circle takes up. And last example. Donna makes a round pizza, nice circular pizza. She wants to put a cheese layer on the pizza. If the cake, I guess the pizza cake, is 8 centimeters in diameter, how many square centimeters of cheese layer does she need to put on the pizza? So we have this circular pizza. It's got a diameter, so if that's the center, we have the diameter cutting through it at 8 centimeters. However, if we want to know how many square centimeters, or in other words, the area of cheese layer that she needs to put on the pizza, if we think about our area formula, area equals pi times r squared, we need our radius. Radius would be half of our diameter, so our radius would just be half of 8, which is 4 centimeters. So now we can plug in area equals pi times 4 squared and calculate that using our handy dandy calculator. So if we type in pi 3.14 times 4 squared equals 50.24. And if you remember, we need to add one more thing to that, our units, centimeters squared. So she can put 50.24 squared centimeters of cheese on that pizza, so it's got delicious cheesy goodness. That's all the notes I have for you today. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel.